So at first, I did not think that this was real. I saw this on the internet for about 5 minutes before I went to check it for myself, and this is real, and this is Scott. The reason why I thought it was a fake in the first place is because back in the day, of the early days of FNAF and everything, there have been fake leaks of the games, like Purple Guy being an actual animatronic in FNAF 2, and what else? Chrome Freddy, things like that. So that's why I assumed right away, but once I saw it for myself, I knew this is the big change for Five Nights at Freddy's. This moment marks the whole future of this franchise, because he says that he's going to put somebody else in charge to run the game from here. And depending on how that person handles things, this could be a big change for everyone and everything. In case you didn't know, all week, I'm pretty sure it's on Twitter, people have been fighting with Scott Cawthon for his decision a while back to donate to these politicians. And that's all I'm going to say. The argument got so bad to the point where people were threatening Scott Cawthon's life and his family's safety, which is not okay. I don't feel like I need to say that because everybody should know something like that is not acceptable on the internet or anywhere. That type of thing is not okay. I'm going to say right now, I'm not going to personally speak on this topic or anything. My main focus is on the franchise and where it's going to head from here and how much of a big impact it's had. The one thing that I will say though is it's incredible how somebody's decision can immediately split people apart instead of bring people together like the games have in the past. I find that very disappointing. The story of Five Nights at Freddy's and its characters have been carried out from Scott Cawthon through the things that he produces in the years that he makes them. And this story is so complicated, and a lot has not been confirmed about the stories either. So with that being said, it's an amazing franchise, and it's going to change a lot, I have a feeling. And the reason why I say that is because no one else is Scott. No one else can envision the proper story the way that this man can. He has announced his retirement. So without Scott and without the magic that Scott can produce within his games, then no one else can pull the same thing off. No one else can, because no one else is me and nobody else is you. There will never be another you, and there will never be another me. So nobody thinks the way you do. Nobody thinks the way I do. So if there's no other Scott Cawthon, then there's not going to be the same exact product that he has produced that can't be made in the future. This does worry me about the movies that were supposed to be coming out and the future book titles that we could have possibly gotten after Fazbear Frights. This is a big change, and I'm gonna be honest, this is a sad change in my opinion. Something like an opinion from one person has completely divided a community of these kind and loving people, and it's turned it into something that has been very unpleasant and very violent in the span of a week. It's really sad. I think if people were more considerate of each other and more patient with one another, then it might not have gotten so bad. But you can't blame people for having their own opinions about certain things. But I do think that if things would have slowed down a lot sooner than they did, Scott Cawthon probably wouldn't have announced his retirement. Things happen and people make their own decisions. And I just gotta say, I respect Scott Cawthon's decision to retire. Well, that's his decision, and we can't do anything more than respect it. You could go against it and you could be angry at it, but that's not really going to change the decision that's been made in the first place. I just wanted to say how big of an impact this game has had on a lot of people's lives. It's saved a lot of people's lives, and it's made a lot of people's lives definitely better. A great example of this would be any Five Nights at Freddy's YouTuber. Daco And I'm going to go as far as to say Razbowski, Markiplier is a big example. I don't think Mark would be where he is today without Five Nights at Freddy's. I could be wrong about that, but come on, they're great videos. They're really good videos. For me, I had a lot of plans to do a lot of Five Nights at Freddy's things on this channel as well. It just didn't get to it yet. But he has impacted my life a lot as well. I have done very many drawings. I have spent almost 7 years of my life drawing these characters. In fact, on screen you will see a lot of my old artwork. In fact, I'll put a new one up right now. His games have produced so much music. A lot of people have made music from this game that is really good. And the existing music in the game currently is fantastic. I'll play some right now. What I'm trying to say is that the games that the creator has made have been very positive. It's had a very positive effect on a lot of people in this community. That's why it is a community in general, because a lot of people enjoy this type of thing, and so they like to share their appreciation with the things that they create. I don't think there will ever be anything like Five Nights at Freddy's ever again. It was so unique at the time. It's something that wasn't really seen around, and it worked so well because Five Nights at Freddy's 1 had the right ingredients in order to make it special, and the following games after that just added on to something that was really well done and really cool. With that being said, everybody's opinions are valid, but it's not a good idea to go harming one another or threatening one another over a disagreement. And that's just my personal opinion. Closing off this video, I just want to say thank you, Scott Cawthon, for the wonderful memories that you have given me along with so many other people from your game. I respect your decision to retire, and Five Nights at Freddy's will never be the same without its creator.